Hey guys, how's everyone doing? We are Lame Asparagus, and we are back at it again with some movie reviews. Actually, this time we are reviewing trailers before the movies.
We are.
And just to build some hype about some movies that we're really excited about, like the one we're doing now, which is
Logan.
Logan.
Oh, Logan. Logan. My man, my boy.
Such a handsome man.
Hugh Jackman.
You get the thing I sent you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you get the thing I sent you?
Facts, alright? I'm the fact guy.
You're the facts. I'm the conspirator.
Alright, Logan, coming out March 3rd. Alright, this is directed by James Mangold, which directed The Wolverine from 2013.
He did. It was a really good movie.
And The Walk the Line. I never watched Walk the Line. It was a John
Walk the Line was really good. He also did
Girl Interrupted from 1999.
Yep. I believe is where Hugh Jackman and him met.
Another fun fact. First R-rated X-Men movie.
No, it's Deadpool was the first one.
No, X-Men. Deadpool's not X-Men.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright? There's that to look forward to if you want to see some carnage.
Yep.
Like, I get a little upset when the camera moves away from the action. It upsets me a little bit.
Well, I was reading on what defines a movie for R-rated, and it's essentially if you see the blades go through a body, that defines an R-rated movie. So a PG-13 movie, you could have the claws, like Wolverine, he could have his claws go into someone, but as long as they weren't protruding out of the back or wherever they entered, then it would be an R-rated movie if they were protruding out. If they're not, then it's a PG-13 movie. So this time we actually get to see it go through. Like in one of the trailers, one of the Red Band trailers, one of my favorites is Hugh Jackman. Wolverine, he takes his claws and just drives it straight up one of the guy's heads, and it's beautiful. I'm so happy.
According to 20th Century Fox, the summary synopsis is: in the near future, a weary Logan cares for an alien Professor X in a hideout on the Mexican border. This is before or after the wall?
This is your people, so you should know.
You look more Mexican than I do.
I'm Italian.
Oh, okay. Me too. All right.
No, you're not.
But Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are upended when a young mutant arrives, aka X-23,
Daphne,
being pursued by dark forces. Logan, Patrick Stewart, Professor X, which, by the way, he said, quote, "I'm done." This is his last movie.
Both of them.
Both
of them are done. Hugh Jackman, this is his last one, and Patrick Stewart's the last movie for X-Men.
Which I understand for Patrick Stewart because he's like 74 years old. Richard E. Grant, rumored to be Rice, Boyd Holbrook, and Stephen Merchant. Oh, and introducing Daphne Keane, which this is like her first big movie. What is X-23? Because I'm going to quiz you here because I did some research.
X-23 is Experiment 23. Right. She's the 23rd experiment that was started with William Stryker was the gentleman that started the whole experiments on humans. He was the one that was responsible for Logan getting his claws and stuff. So Daphne is who's playing Laura. She is, at least in the movie, from what we can tell, is going to be X-23 in an experiment. But there's also one of my favorite comic break-offs or theories is she was Logan's daughter. And she and her brother Derek, I believe, also son of Logan, carried on their father's legacy. Laura is definitely going to be a very young, feral Logan, Wolverine. And Wolverine is going to be the very much obviously older, more wizened, more battle-hardened.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be the saddest, of all.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because it's like the last of this stage of X-Men.
Well, Hugh Jackman wanted to do this version, Old Man Logan, which is one of my favorite stories of all time. Because of how deep it is. It's such a deep...
And just drives it straight up.
It's not just for the gore and it's such a deep
and just drives it straight up
and methodical film because essentially he's given up. I mean, Logan has given up. He's moved on. He's in hiding. The world has pretty much ended.
It's not the first time he gave up either.
No, but I mean, well, in the comics, Old Man Logan is a lot darker than this movie. What happens is Mysterio, who's actually a villain of Spider-Man, tricks Wolverine into seeing all the X-Men as all the supervillains. So Magneto, everyone, and Wolverine goes insane and kills them all in the comic. And when he loses the hysteria, he realizes he single-handedly wiped out every single X-Men. So he goes into hiding and flees. And a couple hundred years later, finds out that essentially the whole world is taken over by Red Skull, the Hulk family. Hulk had a whole family and ruled essentially the whole California. And it was a very, very dark time. I mean, Captain America was killed. All the Avengers were killed. Hawkeye went blind. He was actually the one responsible for bringing Logan back into the game.
According to fandom.com, Xander Rice would be unfamiliar to most casual X-Men fans, but diehard fans of Marvel Comics will immediately recognize Rice's name for the pivotal part he plays in recreating the Weapons X program, which inadvertently leads to the birth of X-23. It'll more than likely be Rice who introduces X-23 to the X-Men cinematic universe.
I mean, like you touched on a little bit, Xander Rice, who's supposedly the villain. I mean, from what we can tell, for all we know, he could be just a casual guy chilling, trying to do his duty.
My dad was gonna die.
Wow.
It's too late.
Yeah. To apologize.
Yeah, apparently, like, Logan's, like, on the verge of crying, like, the whole film.
Pretty much. I mean, you can see there, his eyes are just always, like...
Yeah.
He's on the verge of dying. His healing factor is going away in this movie.
He's aging badly, and his unbreakable adamantium skeleton is slowly poisoning him, and his mutant healing abilities are failing.
And I think also a bad part is going to be just seeing Charles Xavier suffering from Alzheimer's when his most powerful weapon is his mind. I mean, his whole weapon is his mind. I'm sad that he's leaving.
They say they're going to set up, like, X-23 as the next...
Yeah, she's essentially taking the reins. But I don't know if they're going to stick with that. Hugh Jackman has only said one actor's name continuously over and over again, saying who he wants to take his place. And I think it's the only one that makes sense, and it's Tom Hardy. He's a pretty beast of a guy and could pull off a Wolverine-esque physique and fighting style. All the young actors that are playing the X-Men, essentially, James McAvoy and everyone else who's playing all the new young X-Men, are doing a very good job. It's just for the diehard fans who started from X-Men and then X-Men 2, and then we went to X-Men 3, Last Stand, and then we did, what was it, X-Men First Class. And then, which was basically them going, hey, we're going to do a reboot.
Yeah.
Yay! So it was Days of Future Past. Yeah, you're right.
That's when they reset the timeline.
And that was them essentially saying, hey, we're merging these two entities together, and the new guys are taking over for the old guys. After that, you had Professor Xavier, played by James McAvoy. Fun fact, when they did First Class, he was so excited to play Professor Xavier that he shaved his head for the movie. And they said, no, we want you to have hair because that's not true. So he had to wear a wig for the first part of the movie.
Pierce is a cyborg in the Marvel Universe. He's a rabid mutant hater who possesses superhuman strength and speed thanks to his cybernetic enhancements.
Oh, he was part of the Hellfire Club. Yeah, he's a jerk. Wolverine even said Donald Pierce could give Jean Grey, who is one of the most powerful mutants on the Earth, a run for her money when it comes to coming back from the dead. So coming back from the dead is not a hard thing for this man. He's implanted technology into his organic brain that enables him to revert telepathic assaults back to the person they originate from.
Almost seems to me like he's going to be a tool.
The movie is also supposed to be a movie of family. It's to show how family can prevail through hard times and such as well, which is going to be a really cool message.
Family movie, guys.
Yeah,
watch it with
take
the
kids.
kids.
In one of the trailers, you also see Laura, almost leading a group of kids.
Children of the Corn. Kidding. I
Yeah,
do like
Logan.
Logan's house.
Yeah.
Logan's house is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Well, I mean, you're gonna.
Old.
It's gonna be up there. It's gonna-
Oh, my bad. It's freaking
Who did you want to talk about next?
Caliban.
Caliban.
Is
It's gonna be up there.
It's gonna be out there.
No, hang on. Come back. There you go.
Caliban has actually been around in the Marvel comic book continuity for the better of the 35 years. For most of that time, Caliban was a member of the Morlocks, a group that deformed mutants who lived underground because they couldn't pass as normal humans.
He is considered to be a mutant nurse. Caliban makes a living as a mutant nurse of sorts, and Logan, suggesting that the character might be responsible for providing medical aid to the alien Charles Xavier. It is not clear yet. The character will have some mutant tracking abilities that he's typically possessed in the world of X-Men comics, or rather, if that power will come into play in the movie. So it comes out Friday, March 3rd. You can go see it March 2nd at your theater near you.
That was our very disorganized, and yeah, that was our quick trailer review of the upcoming Logan film
Yep.
coming up in a few days.
We haven't done this in a while.
No, we haven't, but we're back. Make sure to check out hashtag whatever works. Thank you guys for watching.
Be sure to like,
Subscribe, and
like,
all that stuff.
Share with your
everybody
friends.
says at
Yeah.
the end of the video.
everyone that always hates hearing that at the end of the beauty.
The beauty.
The beauty.
Yeah, give us a dislike at least.
No. Did you watch? Okay.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Nice.